CEO of Startup Network, Alexander Soroka. Alexander, the floor is yours. I'm sure you also have a very interesting news to share at the beginning of our season, winter season 2021.
Hello, Maria. Thank you very much.
Hi, how do you do?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes,
thanks.
our funds really invest mostly in the United States and Europe, and our checks are from 100 to 400 Ks. We are industry agnostic and prefer to invest in late seed or around A stages. Thank you very much, Maria.
Thank you so much. I would like also right now to ask every of our judges like introduce himself or herself very quickly about your VC fund, the check size, the industry you're interested in, which startups like for you are the most exciting, and etc. Would like to be the next. Maybe maybe Henry, would you like?
Would you like me to go?
Oh, hi Jordan. How do you do?
Good morning. I am Jordan from Silicon Valley Venture Group. We are a investment group and a sidecar fund. We invest in all sectors that has a positive contribution to the human conditions. Check sizes between 30,000 and 300,000. Round sizes 300K to 3 million. We like equity and convertible notes. We're not too big on safe notes. Just a tip to the pitch person today, keep your answers short to the questions so most of us have opportunities to speak to you. And thank you, Alexander the Great, and Maria the Magnificent, and Anna the Awesome for putting this together.
Jordan the wisest. Did you take your yellow cards today? Oh, we don't hear you. You're muted.
No, it's COVID, so we're not going to put anybody in the sideline. It's not healthy.
Okay.
I'll just go very quickly. I heard you call my name, Maria. Henry, I'm here. So I have an advisory firm called HHN Capital. I provide CFO and COO services to startup and SMB. Also a venture partner of a venture fund focusing on early stage. When I say early stage, I would say late seed to let's say Series B, roughly Series B. I spend a lot of time in fintech, blockchain, consumer, AI, ML, and enterprise. Thank you, Startup Network, for inviting me. Looking forward to work with Maria, Anna, Alexander, and the team at Startup Network, and look forward to the pitch at the events here. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. It's Kelly here, founder and investor of Manzi International. Thank you, Alexandra, Julia, and Maria, and also Anna for inviting me for this event. So although we have experienced the COVID-19 pandemic, it's actually a great opportunity for entrepreneurs because for the first time in global history, so much money was printed and interest rates were kept low. So capital is always looking for good investment portfolios. So I wish each one of you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Henry. I won't dedicate too much time to it, but definitely about the topic which you were saying, maybe this is the reason why right now more and more people are interested to go crypto. But this is for probably another type of conference. I can still talk about this, but also right now, I think we're going to have as well in our future battles some of the interesting blockchain solutions as well. Right now, Gary, maybe you would like to jump in.
Sure. It's great to be here. My name's Gary Fowler. I'm a serial entrepreneur and investor. I've done 17 startups. I've had the pleasure of be either co-founding or be involved in the original management team of 2 unicorns. I was on the original management team of Click Software, which was sold to Salesforce for $1.35 billion 20 months ago. And I'm also the co-founder of Viva.ai, a unicorn that I started in Silicon Valley with David Yang. I'm an investor also. We have a $100 million impact fund that we're building in Atlanta focused on the Black community. And also I have our private money involved in a fund. It's about $100 million fund. I'm the poor guy of the group. I'm the country boy, but I got a couple of billionaire friends that are investors. So we love AI. In the last year, I've written 112 articles on artificial intelligence in magazines like Forbes. Also quantum computing, quantum networks. So specifically interested in investing in those companies. My company is Get Shit Done Venture Studios out of Silicon Valley. we curate companies from around the world and use Silicon Valley as a port.
Thank you so much, Gary. I'm sure that you're just sometimes being modest, but anyway, talking about yourself, I mean. Thank you. Who would like to jump in right now? Maybe.
Maybe if
Sorry.
Hi everybody, I'm Zohar. I'm from the Silicon Valley, San Francisco Bay Area. I'm partner and co-founder of AMZ Group. We are a company that mentors and invests in startups. We invest anywhere from $50,000 to $1 million, mostly pre-seed and round A. We also have a construction company here in the Bay Area, and I'm new here, first time in Judge, and very excited to be here.
Thank you so much, Zohar. Who is going to be the next one?
I can do that. This is Francois. I'm from Camea Investimentos in São Paulo in Brazil. What we do is we sell strategic advice. We devise strategies, we devise investment theses, and we implement it through M&A, through mentoring for startups, and through financings. We go and go for the best money for the company. We do that for big companies, for M&A, and we always have like 3-4 startups under our easel to help them usually in technology nowadays, but it's not always been the case. But right now, technology, of course, it's the big moment, and including crypto.
Oh, interesting, Francois.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Who would like to proceed? Frederick, hi.
Hi, Maria, and Anna, and Alexander, and everybody else, all fellow judges. It's great to be here. Thanks again for having me. The week doesn't feel complete if I haven't attended at least one Unicom battle. And this week, I think I have 2 or 3. So it's a good week, great week. Always exciting to see great startups as well. I'm based in Copenhagen, working for a company called Merge Drilling, where I'm head of innovation scouting, looking for startups around the world for interesting investments from 100,000 to 1 million. So exciting to see what we have today.
Thank you so much. I think I'm sure that you also will excited. Definitely. Who would like to proceed? Maybe Sud here.
Oh, I can, yeah. My name is Slava Pelisny. I'm a managing partner of Network Investments, which, as Anna said, is a meeting point for investment bankers and investment professionals. Actually, we're creating such network to exchange deals, to enlarge deal flows of each other, and to have this global scale. And I'm looking majorly for Series A or Series B startups. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Let me check somebody who's raised a hand. Please unmute yourself and speak, because maybe I haven't seen the raised hand.
This is David.
Hi, David.
I can go next. I'm David Mandell, managing partner of Emerging Ventures. We're a Southern California-based venture firm that invests in early-stage emerging technology startups. I'm also on the board of Pasadena Angels, where I'm very active in their selection committee. So I'm wearing multiple hats here, representing an angel group and my fund.
Thank you so much, David. Who would like to proceed, or should I invite you to speak more? Everyone, Jim, how do you do?
Hi, Jim Simmons, Goodspeed Ventures. We do enterprise Deeptech hardware. We'll do a new fund in a few years. So right now we're supporting our existing investments. We love entrepreneurs, and we think we've got a couple of good deals coming along.
Thank you so much. Glad that all of you have gathered here. Jules, Itai, I'm sorry, who would like to proceed?
Yes. Hi, so we are Heroic Ventures. We're an early stage first money in VC based in Palo Alto in California. We focus on investments in Silicon Valley and Israel. We invest as early as possible, many times when there is only a presentation. Our average check size is about $500,000, and we can do follow-ons. We focus our investments on teams and on TAMs. Smart and entrepreneurial teams, know each other well, huge TAM, relevant background, can hire great people, and can articulate the problem and solution well. We are sector agnostic. We make decisions very fast, usually in the first meeting. We are the first investors in companies like Ethos, Scalar, Brave, Tourwork, and others. And that's it. I look forward to seeing startups today.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Jules.
Good
Oh,
morning.
hi.
Nice to see everybody. I am also based in the Silicon Valley. Jules Walker. I head up business development for KPMG's US emerging technology practice, which we call private enterprise. In that role, I deal with young companies up through unicorns and aspiring IPO candidates, and talk to them about all different things KPMG can do for them. On a personal note, I do some angel investing, a pretty broad swath of interests from frontier tech, kind of space tech, ag tech, enterprise software, and I do dabble in some Israeli investments as well. And great to be here once again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jules. Maybe Sudhir raised his hand, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'll go next. I'll
Yeah.
go next. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Happy New Year to all of you, because I think this is the first time in the American theater that we are doing this pitch competition. And I'm Sudhir Kadam, venture partner at FIDA Growth Partners based in Silicon Valley in Mountain View. Our portfolio comprises of B2B frontier tech startups in AI, NLP, AR, VR, computer vision, IoT, robotics, as well as medical devices, okay, and autonomous enterprises. My role at FIDA is of venture building to put startups with early adoption on the right go-to-market path and provide market access for growth at scale. We are very exit focused, so we look for companies with early adoption, product market fit, and who are on a path to repeatable traction. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I can see that Arkady has also raised his hand. How do you do? Hi.
Hi everyone. Thanks for having me here. As you can see my background, I'm based in Kiev, Ukraine, but we're doing deals globally. I'm probably like the youngest kid on the block. We just started last year. Started with food tech. We've grown a local food delivery champion, which we're taking international right now. But we're looking at deals across across the ocean as well. We're sector agnostic, early stage, meaning pre-seed, seed, Series A, $250K to $1 million. Happy to meet everyone and to potentially to cooperate. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Brett, how are you today?
Well, thank you guys for having me. Brett Noyce, Unventures. We run an investor syndicate, invest in companies globally through SPVs, primary focus on fintech, SMB automation, future of work. And as you can tell, I have a little colleague with me today. And general check size is 100K to 250K.
Thank you so much. Oh, is it your son or who is that?
Yeah, it's my son. This
Awesome.
is Dave. This is our CEO. I thought I'd bring him along today.
Are you training him on all the ins and outs of investment, or is he just observing right now?
He's got to learn it all. we should probably set up a special meeting for an education session.
It's Brett's best investment, I bet.
I think that our meetings and our battles are becoming more family type. So this is really cool. Daniel, if I'm not mistaken, you just raised your hand. How are you? Hi.
Yeah, I'm doing great, guys. Good to see everyone again. Happy to join to be a judge today. Quickly about myself, who don't know me, I'm the founder of Go Global World. This is a non-profit community for entrepreneurs around the world who are trying to build businesses and bring businesses in different countries. So we are partnering with Unicorn Battles and Startup Network, and I'm happy to be a judge as well. And happy to connect with any one of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Who would like to proceed? Maybe raise your hand or please just unmute yourself and speak.
I can go next. So it's a pleasure to be a judge at the Unicorn Battle. I'm also based in Brazil, in São Paulo. I'm a marketing manager at AB InBev, so I'm overlooking our biggest beer brand here in Brazil, and basically doubling down on digital solutions, entertainment, and looking for innovative companies which can help our portfolio. And on a personal note, I also do some angel investments, focused basically on teams and proven MVPs, and in diverse industries.
Thank you so much, Adriana. Who would like to?
I'll go. This is David Credible. I'm here with Vista Capital Advisors, splitting my time between New York and Miami. That's the view out my back window right now. Just here for the first time. Glad to be a part of Unicorn events, and looking forward to meeting a lot of interesting new ventures. Deal size, we do 1 to 500,000 ticket size, and looking at typically early stage type companies, primarily in the life sciences industry, but I also have a personal interest in energy and technology as well.
Thank you so much, David. Who would like to be the next one?
I'll go, probably. Arijit.
Hi, Arijit.
Hi, everyone, and good to be here once again. I think that you guys are doing fantastic, and Happy New Year to every one of you. So this is Arijit Bhattacharyya. I am a serial entrepreneur and an angel investor. Got approx 17 different portfolio companies of mine. Took exit from 3 last year. And I represent a company called Avalue Global based out of Australia, which is another investment fund that we created. So the way that we look at it is like 50K is the starting investment capital that I usually follow, and that can go up to $1 million per investment. And apart from that, I am advisory committee of Startup India Award Committee, sit in the government of India on a basis of advisor and consultant. I'm a consultant to Asian Development Bank and ex-GBG, like Google for Business. Once upon a time, I used to create communities, created multiple communities in my life. And last year, we created an excellent platform for entrepreneurs and businesswomen, which is called World Leaders Summit. Happened in December for 10 days with around 90 plus countries participation. Happy to be here. Looking forward to see the startups. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arijit. If I'm not mistaken, we still have our new guest, John. How are you today? If I'm not mistaken, only you haven't spoken so far.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name is John Kojo Moriwaka. My nickname is Crazy John. So great to see everybody here. And I'm based in Japan. It's 1 a.m. in Japan, so a little bit sleepy, but very, very excited to be here. So hope all your families and friends staying safe and happy. I couldn't go back to Silicon Valley. I personally belong to Life Science Angels and Harvard Business School Alumni Angels. And I'm visiting professor at IU. That's a new Japanese university. Only we are helping students become entrepreneurs. So hope everybody come to Japan and educate and teach our students together to change the world. And I'm an owner of Moriwaka Medical. It's a family-owned business for 50 years. We're selling medical devices. We love to invest in medical devices around the world and inviting all new technology to Japan to save more lives together. And also columnist of Forbes Japan. So if you have interesting projects, innovative ideas, let me interview all of you. And I founded Silicon Valley startup grind Fukuoka last year. So love to also collaborate with all of you. Thank you so much. Best luck for all startup pitches, and nice to see everybody like judges. Thank you so much, Anna, Maria, Lena, and Katerina for inviting me again. Thank you. Love from Japan.
Thank you so much, John. Keith, how are you today? Oh, maybe there are like some internet problems sometimes.
No.
Can you hear me?
Yes, good day to everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, right now, yeah.
Hi, well, congratulations to all the startups today who are appearing today and make their presentation. Excited to hear what everybody has in store. I'm founder of IPA Equities. We are industry agnostic, investing in Series A. Check sizes are between 2 to 10 million. and just excited to see, what the start of the year is going to be like here, and great to see everybody's faces who came back and see the community grow.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Keith. And I'm really excited that we more and more are joining us today. So far, right now, I think that all of the judges have spoken. If I'm not mistaken, correct me. But right now, I think it's high time that we have founders present their companies. Am I correct?
I think we are having technical problems.
Can you hear me right now?
No, we can hear you if you say, can you hear me? But
yes,
it's a voice interruption.
Yeah, a few words about like our today's competition, because this is like not only with me, but probably like a lot of my acquaintances today had some kind of internet connections, but we are live, so sometimes it happens. But dear judges, one of the very important announcements that I have to make before our startup founders will start pitching, that you've already got your link via email before. How can you actually vote? But to follow this link, please, we would like to ask you if there are some problems technical again. In this case, better if you enter incognito website and go in that case, it will be easier for you to vote. Okay, just in case, we're just checking so there won't be no problems. Just you will have the possibility to evaluate each of the startups from, like, if I'm not mistaken, Anna, this is again from 1 to 5. Yes, it was like similarly, it is still the same. So definitely we will ask every of our judges, please be attentive. You will have like 6 minutes to evaluate each startups. Every startup founder has 3 minutes to pitch, and 3 minutes we have for Q&A session. So it's the same as it was like last season. And also very important information. So you've got your voting leads, judges. You have like 6 minutes to evaluate each startup, because very important, right after all of the startup founders will finish pitching, it will be approximately in 1 hour's time. We will right away display all the results, and you'll see who is the winner of today's unicorn battle in North America. And I'm really excited today as well to welcome our 10 best startups, which will be presented shortly. But also very important reminder to all of the startup founders, please, because we are broadcasting our show in very different countries online right now. In some countries, it's not advisable. It's not advised to voice the information about the fundraising. So please, in this case, omit this information. I'm wishing you everyone good luck. As you can see today, we're going to start with a company, and I'm really excited today to welcome Barbara, who will be actually pitching very soon right now. So Barbara, please, first of all, share your screen and tell me when you're ready. And I hope the judges are also ready. And whenever we can start, just let me know.
Okay, I think I'm ready. You should be seeing my screen.
Yes, sure.
Okay, great. Hi, I'm Barbara Talent, and I'm excited to tell you about the Company. The 3 co-founders of the Company have a combined almost 100 years experience and 8 great exits. Just to let you know our stage, we have apps in beta, early revenues, and a multi-billion-dollar market. So here's the problem we're solving. Oops. The data, so today everyone has your data and it's spread in their silos all over the internet. The data is often duplicate across these sites and it's not always protected properly. And it's their data, not your data. And if you change something like your address, good luck in going to all these databases to update it. This is bad for people, but it's also bad for the companies. The data is a liability and it's often out of date. It's a big target for bad actors as well. And frankly, it's a mess and nobody would architect a system this way. So we are changing that. Each individual will have an @ sign that they own, and they own the keys to their data. They decide who accesses their data, and they can just as easily remove that access at any point in time. Imagine an internet where everyone asks for permission. This is so much better for people for all of these reasons, but it's also better for the companies too. We are open sourcing the software because we don't want any one company to own it. We've built the underlying technology and patented it. And just a side note, this is not blockchain because it needs to be real time. So our go-to-market is with fun consumer apps. These first apps are in beta test today, and they are completely private and true person-to-person apps. And they create amazing new experiences. For example, the contact app is super interesting. Just a side note, this is not blockchain because it needs to be real time. So our go-to-market is with, I'm sorry, I'm getting some feedback. The first apps are in beta today and they're completely private. So the contacts app is when you have peer-to-peer contacts, you only have to manage one person's data, and that's your own. If you update your address, everybody that you've shared it with gets the latest address. But the most cool thing about these apps is they work together across all your data, contacts, and groups. Our business model is a registrar. And this is where we get our early revenues from. We give away free @ signs to anyone who wants one, but we charge for vanity @ signs. And even though the apps are just in beta, we've already had people buying up their @ signs. And our timing couldn't be more perfect. The docudrama, The Social Dilemma, showed vividly how people are being manipulated through social media. And people are now desperately looking for private alternatives. And just last week, there were 7.5 million downloads of Signal, which is a privacy-focused chat app. So we have the right team, the right timing, the right tech, and a compelling go-to-market, and I'd love to tell you more.
I assume you're done now, is that right?
I am done, yes.
Okay. Explain to me, what does the product do? How does it work? I didn't quite get that.
Yeah, it's an underlying technology, a protocol and an SDK that developers can build on top of. And what it does is it allows people to own their own data. And the developers can build applications very, very quickly because they're not building out the whole user data model. That's already done for them. And they also don't have to host that, so it saves them a lot of time.
And the use case or the business use case for the revenue is what?
So currently we are a registrar. There's actually lots of opportunities for revenues on the platform, but we decided when we first started talking to people about this, everybody wanted their @ signs. So we just decided to monetize that immediately.
Hi, Barbara, Henry Ann here. Just a quick follow-up. I think that democratization of data has been sort of talked about since the big tech has been sort of dominating the world, and obviously they're eating everyone's dinner and lunches. You know, with that said, the idea is great, but I just want to see how it's in execution. Why would, let's say, an Amazon or you know, Apple or some of these big tech would sign up with you guys, and people have to go through you to get to the big guys? Do you understand my question?
I think I understand your question, and it's not necessarily going through us. As I said, the technology is open source. So there are companies who are looking at this today because this is a much better way to protect the privacy of their customers. I'm not sure an Amazon would jump on the technology right away. But there are companies that we've heard that like banks and insurance companies that really do want to protect the privacy. They worry about the liability of the data, and they just think that this is a better architecture. So we have been talking to some large companies.
I'd like to understand, you depend on big companies like social networks or banks or whatever to accept your technology so that the customer would log in through your system. So how do you plan to fuel your consumer recruiting? And when you have a lot of consumer, then you are of interest to big companies, and vice versa. How do you plan for that to work?
So we've started with developers developing consumer apps. So these are new consumer app experiences that can only be done because this enables true peer-to-peer. And so that's how we've started. We've got software developers super excited about this. We've been working with the Flutter, I don't know if you're familiar with the Flutter development, but this is a really nice complement to what they're doing. And so we've got a bunch of young developers who are jumping on the protocol and the platform and using it to build out these fun consumer apps. So you'll start to see them in the market over the next couple of months. And they're all peer-to-peer, and they involve people getting their friends to use the apps. So it's very much a network effect. So we're doing it from the small apps. And we've also talked to some large companies as well.
Hi, first of all, I don't know about everybody else, but I'm waiting for Brett's son to stick that fork in his ear. It's coming. I know it's coming. Just to add on to the other questions, I try to understand logistically. So you flashed a lot of big names up on one of the slides, for example, B of A. So do you need to convince B of A to then push it out to their millions of customers in order for you to get that network effect?
So we are not starting with B of A, although it's interesting that you say that, because we were actually at the B of A summit in 2019, and the CIO stood up and said that if anyone is working on a way for his customers to own their own data, then he wants to talk to them. So we do know that large companies are looking at this. I don't think we're dependent upon them. I think that there are new types of social networking and fun apps that can be built on this that will have a network effect on their own, and that will then drive the larger companies to adopt it.
You had mentioned that that it's not based on blockchain. There are blockchain platforms that are doing exactly this, but you mentioned that they're not in real time. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so my two co-founders actually worked on this problem for years. They were doing other things, but they kept coming back to this problem. And they tried to build this in blockchain and on DNS, and it just was too expensive and too slow. You had to throw a lot of compute power at it to make it work in real time. And so
that's changed.
Yeah, although the protocol that they've developed is so simple and so fast that it's just far superior and that's not to say this can't work with blockchain. It definitely can.
I'm really sorry, Barbara and Keith. There was problems probably with the sound, but the time is up for a long time. I'm really sorry. Please proceed in chat, but we need to go on because still we have quite a lot of startups ahead. So in this case, let me introduce White Rock AI, our second startup. Jordan, the floor is yours, and you can actually, whenever you're ready, you can share the screen. Whenever you're ready, we may start.
Thank you for that. Great, thanks everyone for having me here. I'm Jordan, the founder of White Rock AI, a New York-based fintech company that has a mission to help real estate professionals make sense of the world's data. Since launching our software last month, we've already signed 2 contracts. We have 65 active investment firms on our interface who have searched well over 600 properties. All of this fully bootstrapped. And the reason why we got there so fast is because we're solving a $12.5 billion problem in a $16 trillion US market. It is no news that real estate professionals struggle to process data. In fact, 97% of the information widely available to them is never leveraged, which means that their analytics is inaccurate, inefficient, and highly biased. Introducing WhatRock AI. Our technology sources, maintains, and processes well over 100 different data sources of both traditional real estate data and alternative data. Alternative data is the information that enables us to quantify the qualitative aspect of a property. Once all this information is processed, mostly in real time, it makes its way into a highly actionable and user-friendly property level financial analysis. This analysis contains everything that an investor needs to know to make a decision. Let me give you an example. With a simple facade image and a complex proprietary algorithm, we can compute the ratio of windows to wall to understand how much natural light gets into a property. And we know that natural light is a determining factor in pricing an asset, which we leverage to give our users an additional investing edge. Our interface is very plug and play. All that users do is enter a property address to retrieve a property level report in under 15 seconds. This makes us 900 times faster than human-driven analysis and a lot more accurate. We're working in a market that will be worth $12.5 billion by 2026. We're not looking to stop there. We also want to sell our analytics to commercial brokers, residential brokers, lenders, and commercial banks. That is to say, well over 3 million well-capitalized institutions and individuals. Prior to WhatRock, our team participated in over $500 million worth of real estate transactions and have built the technologies for some of the fastest growing fintech companies in North America, including Credibly. The problem we're solving is one that we faced ourselves as investors, and we want to get rid of it once and for good. So this is WhatRock AI. We're a B2B fintech company with a mission to help real estate professionals make sense of the world's data. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Actually, Jordan, you're even quicker a bit, like for 10 seconds. Thank you so much. Our dear judges, who would like to be the first one to ask a question?
So can you explain with the analytics, what's the differentiation between your platform and let's say CoStar?
Yeah, so CoStar is mostly in the business of providing raw data. What CoStar will do is really twofold. A, they verify their data by calling property owners, which means that they only cover a tiny piece of the market. We try to cover 100% of all the properties in the city where we operate. And the second is CoStar is mostly in the business of selling raw data. You'll get 50,000 rows of comparables from CoStar, but you still don't know which one to select as an investor. We do that for our users through our algorithms and in looking at features that a human being is not able to do.
Thank you.
Can you explain again the problem you're solving?
Yeah, the problem we're solving is that real estate is twofold. Real estate investors very often don't know where to get the data. To give an example, I was at a fund where we were using StreetEasy, which is a New York-based rental marketplace to find rental information. So that's the problem. When they can find the data, the second problem we're solving is processing that information. It's how do you solve for where Uber ridership is going, and how does that information affect the market in which you are, right? If there's a spike in Uber in a specific submarket, how do you identify this trend and reflect that onto a property analysis? This is exactly what we do.
Thank you. Who would like to proceed? We still have time.
Jordan, what is your business model?
We are obviously in the business of selling our analytics. We have a two-tier model. One is for smaller investment companies who will only be active for a certain number of deals. They can buy a per report, so it's $50 per report. But we also mostly have sold to larger enterprise on an annual subscription, which cost about $7,500 a year, which is roughly an 80% discount to a company like CoStar, which Keith had mentioned earlier.
Did you have a cost to assess your data? Did you buy data, or do you bring it through free sources that you compilate?
So we do actually both of this. We have three main data sources. One is public. The US government is still one of the largest provider of information in the US. Second is we partner with private providers, including Moody's, who has a real estate branch. And the third one is we create derivative and in-house information. So we'll purchase, for instance, 1 million images from Google, but we'll run the images through algorithms that are proprietary to a company to derive, for instance, a ratio of windows to wall about light. That number is built and fully owned by us.
Thank you so much. We still have time maybe for one quick question.
Jordan, this is Jordan. Well done. Your name gave me high expectations. I'm going to have extra score for you. your traction, revenue, product, and a future expectation on fundraising without giving us numbers, please.
Yep. So we have raised no capital. We're raising a certain amount of money, which I think I'll be putting in the chat for you because we can't put it out front. We are currently going through a round. We have sourced a lead investor, and we are looking to complete our technology for New York City in the next 2 months. New York is our first city. We are looking to complete 4 additional cities in the US by the end of 2021. And in terms of revenue, we've signed 2 contracts for $10,000 in annual recurring revenue over the last month. Looking to complete 2021 with 60 users.
Thank you so much. The time is up. You may proceed in chat if somebody has already right now maybe some question. Thank you, Jordan, so much. We're moving forward, and our next startup is for the tenant. So Jeff, I would like to ask you if you can right now, please share the screen, and whenever you're ready, we will start. And Jeff, can you hear me? Once again,